Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, so we got a bit of Bleach Immortal Souls up on tap today. So I've got the pull for Aizen. So this is a new character that they just come out with. He's a pretty good character. I talked about him previously in the in my last video. So he's a pretty good character. So especially if you're looking for another entry into the Tortoise Soul Hall, because of the fact that we've got a couple good ones in there right now. We've got Yuraku and we've got Iroquois second version. So this right here is just another to add into that. So standard 30 shards to get him, and that will of course take it takes 5 pulls, and then you can get another pull from the reward chest. Should be able to get enough to get it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the pulls for him right now. So first of all, you have to always do a 10 summon, because you're guaranteed to get the shards that way. So we got 5 for him this time. Another Mashiro got 3 Omni shards. Wow, that's quite a bit of Omni shards inside of one pool. And then there's 5 for Aizen, and he's going to be the sad one. So let's do another 10 summon. I'm using I don't have to use Soul J because I have actually saved up the actual tokens so that I could use the tokens for the pool. So we got Orihime, and then there's another 5. And I got another Omni Shard, and it looks like Orihime might be ready to be taken up. We'll have to see. And this is the third pool. Okay, so that's the reason. So I've got now 15 Aizen. So nothing. Another Omni Shards. Getting quite a few Omni Shards in this pool. So that's all of the actual tokens that I have. So now I have to start using the actual, I have to start doing Soul Jade. So we summon Soul Jade. Another Mashiro, 2 more Omni Shards. And another 5, of course. And then we're going to get 2 in here. 2 in here. So I got Matsumoto. And we're 1 short of Aizen right now. And then we get that from here. So there you have it. That gives you 31. So that's all you need to do. That's all the pool for him. As you can see, I didn't use hard any, because I had a lot of tokens saved up, because I knew the pool was coming from. I'm not going to be focusing. I'm going to kick with Iroquois. I think in the long run, the Iroquois is still going to be doing more damage. But this Aizen is a very good tank. So it's not like if you don't have Iroquois, or if you don't have Barragan or Yuraku, you can always go for this version of Aizen as a tank. So I'm up to 92 shards. So let's go ahead and take a look at him. Now I talked a little bit about the skill set briefly. So as I said before, he is a Tortoise. So if you're trying to create a Soul Hall, you definitely want to, and you need a Tortoise in there. So it looks like he's got bonds with Jin. And he's got bonds with, of course, he's going to have relatives Jurhar, and he's going to have bonds with Ishin, and he's then bonds with his regular. This is the first transformation, Hogyoku transformation. So this is just his base character. Another with Jin. So it looks like there's 2 slots. Here, my assumption is going to be this is going to be the next version of Aizen, because I believe he went through three changes with the Hogyoku. This was just the first one. Then he had 2 more, which he ascended to in the fight with Ichigo before Ichigo beat him there in the final, in that arc that they were in when they were fighting up against Aizen and his Espada. So I assume that's what the other the other bonds will be, and that character has not come out yet. So I have to wait for that to come out. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got here. Soul Jade rebate. I did spend some of that. So I've got a lot of Soul Jade saved up right now. So I'll be able to, the next soul box that comes out, I'll be able to pull big. So now I'm just waiting for a soul box for, one of the actual characters that's in my team. So that I can start focusing on increasing those characters, start getting everybody up, to 6 and 7 stars, so that start making some forward progress throughout the game. In terms of characters, I've got I'm red 2 on that, and I'll be red 2 on Ichigo here shortly. Full Hollow Ichigo. I've just got to get another 60 or so in that, and I'll be able to take him up to red 2. And then I'll be taking Shinji up, and then I'll take up Okura, and that'll be the main team, all up to red 2. And then I can start taking some of these to red 3 almost immediately, because I already have the skill, the mats for it. As you can see, I've got enough to take a couple people up to S2 immediately. Or take them up to red 3 immediately. So that's what I'll be doing. And then I'll be stacking 23, and I have to hit the elite stages first and get some more stars before I'll be able to actually poke through into story mode 23. But we'll go ahead and go over that, and I'll show you as I do the elite stages when I get ready to do that. I'm going to wait until I get them up to 2 before everybody up to red 2 before I start focusing on it. And just see how far I can get through and get the amount of stars that will be needed. But that is Aizen. So he is a pretty good character if you're looking for someone in Tortoise. Let's take a look at some of his other stuff here. So we've got the talent is increases the skill damage of all characters is increased by 1. So that'll increase your rage skill. That's not a bad talent. The skills, Ryetsu Strike, just damage to a single enemy. We talked about that. I think one of the things that's good about this is his damage reduction. This Immortal has the same thing where you put, when you put Aizen in with other black tortoises. So for instance, if you had Aizen in there and you had Immortal in there and you had Yoroku in there, that would be 3 black tortoises. So you get, take 15 reduced damage. Which is, the good. So the more tanks you have in there, the more reduction in damage is going to get. So that's a pretty good skill. If you get him up to 4, but you have to get him up to 4 right now, he's only 2, so you're going to have to do a lot more pulls on him to get him up to 4. And it's just not going to be a bang for the buck. And what I'm looking for is the reason I'm not going for him. It's not going to be enough of a change in my team that it would be worth wasting all of the Soul Jade and all of the time that it's going to take to get him up when I've got a pretty good team right now. All the rest of the characters that you're going to be coming out with are pretty much, except for maybe the last 1 or 2 characters. I mean, we'll probably get another version of Ichigo, although I hear that that's been put on hold. But we should be getting that, and you'd think we'd get at least 1 or 2 more transformations for Aizen. Unless they cancel those as well. So those are going to be pretty powerful characters. So that might be something to look for as the game progresses with the characters that they're bringing out. They've got another season pass up. This is for SSR version of Naneo. So just play through that. You should be able to get all of the ones that you need by the time you get to 50. So as long as you can get to 50, you will have the shards to create her. If you continue on, you can get more shards for her. But the actual, you only need 50 shards to actually complete her, I believe, is what she requires to actually be, 50 shards. So they give you 10 each. You get 10 every 10. So by 50, you should have her, and then you get these extras. If you complete it every day, as normal, and complete all your dailies and everything, you should be able to get this right on time. Because I got this on the last one, which is for I think it was for Kuko. Was it for Kuko? I think it was for Kuko. Yeah, so you can get those if you do everything day. You know, clear out all of your daily requests. You know, get all them dice stuff. You should be able to get just enough to get 60. So you shouldn't have to purchase anything if you want, you know, and be able to get the character, which is what you want to do since you said you're a character. Collected all the rewards for this. But yeah, so that's where we're at now. So the new season pass and the limited time pull for Aizen, which is, of course, this is going to be an event summit, so it will be up for 3 days. It's 2 days as of now because it went live this morning. But a good Tortoise if you're looking for him. He doesn't fill up any of the specific initialization in the archives. He's basically starting a whole new set inside of the archives, I believe. Yeah, right here, Transformer and Transform. So there's going to be two other. I assume it's going to be two other versions of Aizen in Hogyoku 4. So I assume these are going to be right here. So I would assume that those will be coming out very soon. That would be my assumption. So he would probably be. We'll try to get onto the Reddit post on it and see if we can find out what the next one's going to be. But yeah, so Aizen is up if you're looking for somebody. He's a Tortoise, so if you're lacking Tortoises, but you know, Iroquois and even Yurako to a part are very good tanks. Now that Yurako's skill set has been changed, he's much more powerful. He's definitely much more tankier. You could actually notice the lifesteal. And he does a little bit more damage too. That last hit, you'll notice a noticeable change in how much power he's dishing out. He still doesn't do as much damage as Iroquois in terms of pure power, because if you look at the power stats, you see that 61,439 for Iroquois, and Yurako is only at 58. Yurako has a defense of 15,862. His is 18,181, and he's got 472,000, so 483. So that's the only thing. Yurako has a little bit more health than Yuraku, but I'm not quite finished with all of the equipment on side of Yuraku. So when it's all said and done, Yuraku is going to be Iroquois is going to be more powerful in all three attributes. He'll have higher or very, very close. He's already beaten him in attack and defense. So, but he might have, he might actually have even more hit points. So, Iroquois is a little bit better, which is why you'll see most of the teams that using the Tortoise have Iroquois instead of Yuraku. You don't see Yuraku that much. The reason I was using it because he was one of the first characters that came out with. They had a soul box for him pretty quick. Went for him in the soul box. Did not quite have enough to get his actual weapon, so I still haven't been able to get his weapon, which is one of the reasons Iroquois is already overpowering him, even though Iroquois is not finished yet. Is because I've got Iroquois soul. I've got his soul weapon, so which is the number 4. Rank card number 4. So I have that because they had a soul box. Shortly after, and he was in it was a soul box between, I think it was him and one of the other rank card was in there. Which one was in there? I can't remember which. I think it was her. It might have been a Halibel, but the UR version. I can't remember which. I think it was Halibel's UR version, actually, that was in there at the time. So, but you know, I chose, it was number 3, whichever one number 3 is. If you look at the team and look at the archives, you can see. Yeah, it was Halibel. This version of her. They had her and Iroquois in the soul box. I of course chose everything for Iroquois because he was the one I'm building at the time. But yeah, so they should be coming out with some soul boxes here for some of the other characters. You know, whenever one comes out now, I'll have a bunch of Soul Jade to pull on it, and hopefully be able to get a lot of shards as well as complete a weapon if it's one that I don't have the weapon for. But I've got most of the weapons for my teams. I like to get full Hollow Ichigo's weapon and a few others, but we'll just have to see what we can come out with them. But yeah, so the limited time Aizen pool is up, and a new season pass is up. And the Valentine's Day event is scheduled to kick off in 3 days. They're going to be unveiling some new War Souls and whatnot. So we'll have to see what those are like and see if any of those are worth going for inside of the special event that is occurring. So this is going to be up for 3 days. When this ends, the Valentine's Day event will begin on the 10th is what it's being posted as. All right. So thanks a lot for watching the video. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Once you subscribe, you'll see a bell. And if you click on that bell, you get notified each time I do drop a video. If you want to support the channel, you can like or share the video, and that would be appreciated. So this is Kenry. I'm coming at you from the corner, signing out.